Let's hear it for Ben, everybody. Woo! Let's keep it going with the Blind Pig. All right, I got all my endorsements in. So, let's start out with my opener. That's usually where I start. Do you think that back in the day that cavemen discovered anal sex the same way that me and my girlfriend did last night? And by that I mean an accident followed by a lot of grunting. Maybe that's just me. So I've graduated, so I don't get to spend as much time on campus as I used to, but I still like to follow up on current affairs. I try to keep in tune with the nature of my campus, my alum. So I try to keep up with the Daily Mississippian, basically, is what I'm saying. So the last one I remember, the headline on the top of the page, big letters, student body elects first black female ASB president. Now, don't get me wrong, people. I'm not trying to obstruct this in any way. I'm just saying there's better ways to do this. I mean, let's cut out the middleman here. Can we just change the school slogan real quick? You know, maybe, let's just call it the University of Mississippi. We're not that racist anymore. Kind of, most of the time. Well, what can you do? I have a bad habit, really bad habit. It works when I'm up here. I say things that later I wish I could take back. Case in point, my girlfriend's actually in the audience right now filming this. Wave to everybody, Katie. So for these jokes, if you laugh at them, direct the laughs at me. If you go, oh, I feel sorry for her, direct those at her. So I say things that I shouldn't say. Case in point, my girlfriend recently bought a new car. Well, a used car, whatever. So this means that before this happened, I had the unique privilege of carting her around a little bit from time to time. So, yeah, see, there's the Oz. So, like, if she had to go to work or if she had to go to class or something like that, I would go take her. Which means that sometimes I had to wake up a little bit earlier than I wanted to. So, when we're pulling this thing off the lot for the very first time, I'm almost as giddy as she is. And my mind's first poorly worded statement that come out of my mouth was, wow, I can wake up in the morning and you just won't be there. So it's amazing that I still have a girlfriend. It gets worse. I'm telling you, I'm really horrible, but I try to save myself and it works most of the time. What I'll do is I'll just use little sayings and quips. Quips are like a little saying for some of you people that know what that was out there. I use like a little quip so I don't have to think of things to say. I use somebody else's words. But a little point to point out here, saying beggars can't be choosers is not good to say in bed. I mean, I found that out the hard way. But it doesn't just apply to my love life. I mean, my girlfriend's not the only victim here. Who in here follows the NBA a lot? Yay, nobody. A bunch of white people in a room. So, I sometimes say things that are accidentally racist. I'm not racist, I promise. I have 2 black roommates. I have that laminated on a card in my wallet. So, now, Kevin Durant is one of my favorite NBA players. He plays for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, his nickname is Durantula the Tarantula. It's a reference because he has long, spindly arms and, you know, he just lumbers around the court. Great player, love to watch him. Watching a game with him, or watching a game that he's playing in a room full of people, and the only thing that my mind could say at that time was, wow, Kevin Durant just made a really good play. He's like a spider monkey. You just can't say things. You just can't say whatever the first thing comes to your mouth. You have to have a filter. Like, if Chris Johnson, the running back for the Tennessee Titans, breaks away from a defender and blazes a trail to the end zone, you can't yell out, wow, he's got running from the cop speed. But I save myself sometimes. I'm not completely horrible. Sometimes things will happen like this. My girlfriend decides to ask me one day one of those stupid girl questions of, if you could have a superpower, what superpower would it be? And she had been out of the kitchen for way too long at this point, so I said the first thing that popped in my head, I said, invisibility. And went back to what I was doing. She said, oh, so you could like sneak in if you were late to work or something like that, right? And I wasn't thinking, of course, and I said, no, if I had invisibility, I'd go to the mall and wait outside the dressing rooms and... No, what you said. Definitely what you said. So, I have an addiction. You may not know this by looking at me, other than food, obviously, but I have an addiction. You can't tell it because I only do it in my pockets, in my free time, stuff like that. See, I'm addicted to Facebook. Now, the worst part about this is they don't have like an acceptance group for this. They don't have like an Alcoholics Anonymous group. They don't have a Facebook addicts group. Well, I think they do, but it seems kind of counterproductive to go on Facebook for it. So, but it's not that I spend all my time on there. I don't think we're losing out on the cancer cure because I spend too much time on Facebook. I mean, it's the problem of this is I know too much about your friends, your family, your loved ones. You decide, take this case in point, this happened to me yesterday. You decide to post a status that says, I have the best family in the world. And that's fine and dandy, but your little sister decides to comment on it and reveal to me her existence and go, no, you're the best big sis in the world. Well, and then I go to her profile and I find out by looking at her About Me section that she has Give 'em Hell class of 2012. Ooh, young. And I look through her activities on Facebook and it shows that she's part of the high school volleyball team, which makes me look at her pictures. And I find out by looking through her pictures that her volleyball uniform are those tight black shorts. And I look at enough of the pictures of the team that I realize that hers rise up just a little bit more than the other ones. And then there's that nightgown she wears when she sleeps. Oops. Alright, so I made reference to it earlier, and some of you may not know this. I'm going to let you in on a little secret right now. I'm fat. I know. The clothes hide it well. But if you were one of the people out here that were like, I didn't know he was fat, then you, my friend, have beaten the last frontier of hate in America. Fat hate. Alright? Let me explain this to you. The best way to confront hate is to share knowledge, to learn about the thing that you hate. So let's have a little Q&A session real quick. What is a fat man's best feature?
Style!
Fat man's best feature, obviously, is his calves. My calves have to cart my fat ass around all day. They get a lot of work. All right, so the opposite of that, what's a fat man's worst feature?
Tits.
Exactly, man tits. Now, stay with me here. You have to realize the problem here. It's a piece of me. I'm a masculine man. And it's a piece of me that's being compared to something feminine. Boobies. So, I mean, you'll understand why I kind of take offense to it. But little kids say the meanest things. They say the worst things, and it still sits with me from when I was in elementary school. A little kid walked up to me one day, unprovoked, tells me, you look like an ugly Rosie O'Donnell. Now, let me explain to you why that's so horrible. What's worse than being told you look like a woman? The answer is being told you look like a woman who looks like a man, and then being told you're not even doing it that well. All right, hold on. Let's keep this going. What's a fat man's favorite thing in the world? Contrary to popular belief, it is not cake. A fat man's favorite thing in the world are roller coasters. We move at a very slow pace from day to day. It's nice to move over 1 mile an hour every once in a while. So, the let's wrap this off with what's a fat man's least favorite thing in the world? No, it's also not vegetables, you fat-hating motherfucker. A fat man's least favorite thing in this world are small seats. Every fat man knows what a penis in a condom feels like as soon as he tries to squeeze his fat ass into a little seat. Now, this is exactly why, whenever a fat man rides in one of those little bucket seats on a roller coaster, he is so confused, like somebody just called him an ugly Rosie O'Donnell. Alright, let's slide the mood a little bit. Let's get back to sex. Sex sells, I guess. So, somebody's having sex tonight. Yeah! So I have a couple friend. A friend that's a couple. Friends that are a couple. They're married now, actually. But the first night I met them was at a party.
I remember this game.
And this is how I met them. The girl, randomly drunk in the middle of this party, stops everybody and says, "Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
Audience participation.
We're going to play a game. And you can play along with me right now if you want. What we do is everybody raises their hand. One hand. Now, what you do is you keep your hand raised until the person names something that you would not do in bed. So it's a last man standing deal here. Now, she starts off really nice, really kind. Who wouldn't want to have a little bit of rough sex? All right, most hands stayed up. Everybody likes to get a little bit rough from time to time. Who would be opposed to using handcuffs during sex? A couple hands go down here and there. Who would be opposed to pegging? Now, you might be asking what pegging is. Google it later. But, and it keeps getting worse. It keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Till finally, it's just me and her. And y'all should have been at the party because we've all been lined up together. And it's just me and her. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, what else could she say? There's nothing she can say that would really just, blow my mind. She said, "Put your hands down if you're opposed to using razor blades during sex." What? The hell? No! Okay. The racist bitch likes to use razor blades. So basically, I had to stop them. I had to stop them and ask. I was like, what do you do with razor blades? She said, "We just make small incisions over sensual areas." What's a sensual area? I said, "Oh, just like your chest and your buttocks and everything." And I had to get the fuck out of there as quickly as possible. Now, y'all don't know this. Ben and I went to Birmingham last night to do stand-up. We had a really good time. We went out there only because we were with each other and another friend of ours that you don't know, so fuck you. And so we're out there doing stand-up. And I'm the first person to get up there. I get up there and I start doing my stand-up. Now, have y'all thought I was pretty funny tonight? Good, because these motherfuckers didn't. No, they sat there and stone-faced us the entire time. Because this is what I think. I don't think they enjoy Mississippi comedians going over there and just trying to show them up. I don't think that they like that a comedian who's sitting out here cutting his teeth at the Blind Pig needs to be there obstructing their time. Now, I love the Blind Pig. I love all the comedians that come up here. You're all a part of my family, my own little personal family. But they did not laugh. So I felt infuriated by this. I tried everything. I made fun of myself. I made fun of them. I made fun of their mothers. Nothing would make these people laugh. And then finally, Blind Pig, let me hear you. I bombed their church. Y'all ever said anything you just wish you could take back? Thank you. I'm Jayson Wirth. I hope you have a nice night. Let's hear for all the comedians that came.